says we will return and go after these intruders. We could send the others to the village and we could go after these, he suggested excitedly, hoping for a chance to earn honors by taking an enemy of the people. We do not know these are enemies, and we do not know what they carry. We will go to the village first, declared Black Eagle, in a tone that allowed no argument. Three Toes swung back aboard his mount, looked back at the tracks, and gigged his horse forward. He fell back from Black Eagle, unhappy with her response, but knowing he could not dispute her decision. He, of course, could choose to go alone, but by rebelling against her leadership, he would not be chosen for any other raids or hunts in the future, and she was the most successful war leader among their people. Black Eagle reined up and called Three Toes forward. You and your brother, Many Feathers, follow those. She pointed toward the tracks discovered by Three Toes. Do not attack. Return with the word of who they are and what they are doing here, if you can. Three Toes grinned, motioned to his brother, and the two warriors took off at a canter, following the tracks over the shoulder of the mountain. This ain't the smartest thing we've ever done, exclaimed Ezra, watching his friend trying to negotiate the slide rock. They had been traveling by moonlight for the past week, preferring to limit their chances of being spotted by any natives that might not appreciate their presence. But moonlight and slide rock are not compatible, especially with horses and riders, neither of which are familiar with the hazard common to the mountains. Gabe had been astride his big black Andalusian stallion when he moved out of the aspen grove to cross the face of the mountain, where the teetering and unstable slide rock gave them a quick education on the hazards of impulsive decisions. And when Ebony, the big black, slipped and dropped to his knees, launching Gabe over his head to land painfully on the jagged, moss-covered slabs, they failed the first test of mountain riding. Gabe struggled to his feet, felt his arms and legs wincing from the pain, and realizing he was going to have a number of bruises, and walked back to Ebony, just as the horse rose to his feet, trembling and looking at the granite slabs. Big Eye stared at Gabe as he stroked the head and neck of his beloved horse, speaking softly to calm the big animal, as he looked around for a safer way to get back to the trees. He chose to return the 20-plus feet to the trees following the same route, but now he had to get Ebony turned around. With a strong hand on the reins, he moved slightly uphill, just enough for the horse to turn around. But even here the rocks were unstable. Gabe tested each one, bent down to pick one up and tossed it aside, then continued. Ebony bent around, took some tentative steps, and once straight, and with Gabe leading, they moved back to the security of the aspen grove. Gabe breathed a deep sigh of relief, rolling his shoulders with the pain, and wincing with every step because of the hard crack he took on his kneecap with his less than graceful landing. He looked at his friend. Let's make camp in those trees, and we'll wait till daylight before we go any further. Now that's the smartest thing you said all night, replied Ezra, grinning at the aches and pains of his friend. Oftentimes it is difficult to find a clearing in a grove of aspen. The Quakies, as they are also called because of the movement of the leaves in the wind, grow close together, so close that it is difficult for anything to move between them, but that is usually in a new growth with many saplings. The long-standing growths with mature trees are excellent places of shelter and cover. The two friends found a small clearing, close to the chuckling stream that cascaded from the mountaintop, and made their camp. Gabe tended the 4 horses as Ezra made the cook fire and started the coffee. The two men had been traveling together for over a year, with their ultimate goal that of exploring the uncharted wilderness of the West, and to see the Rocky Mountains. Lifelong friends, the men were nothing alike. Gabe, or Gabriel Stonecroft, was raised in a prominent family with all